diagnosed with autism, but who knows? Maybe. Right, so they say dress for the... I don't know if you hear this, they say things like dress for the job you want, right? I don't aspire to work. You know what I mean? Like, so I've come tonight dressed as a glitch in the Matrix, in the hope that I get rescued from the slave system by Neo. No. They say dress for the job you want. But as I say, I don't want to work. So what I've done, taken up nudism. Now I know what that's what I thought, you know what I mean? Safe, isn't it? Safe. But turns out that a woman taking her clothes off can in fact be deemed work. So I was fucking mind blown. You know what I mean? No, the thing is, it's actually, I don't even aspire to be in working class, right? My dad was in prison when I was born. I'm fairly sure that's how you become a member of the criminal underclass. You're just born into it, you know. It's funny. My dad died fairly recently. It's a sad story because it turns out it's true what they say. Crime doesn't pay. Right, all I inherited was 2 burner phones and 2 fake IDs. I would have been ideal if any of them had been in credit. Not one. No, it's like, I know I said my dad died, and you know, if I can't get, I don't know, the best joke in the Windmill tonight, then really it would have died in vain. No, it's not actually a sad story though, it's an amazing story, right? My dad was born in a concentration camp, right? And he came to the UK as a refugee, just want to say legally, but he came here, he thrived so much, right? He thrived in education, went straight from school to Borstal, and from there he graduated straight to prison, right? And then he never worked another day in his life. And that's how I know he didn't come to steal anyone's job. He didn't aspire to work, and neither do I. Apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. But yeah, it's interesting actually. My dad, he acclimatised to the UK so well, he actually voted for Brexit and became a racist. So he's one of us. But it's weird actually, because there's not many times when you hear a story and it is a triumph for both racism and diversity at the same time. So that's nice, isn't it? It's nice. A bit different. Unfortunately, he's not the only problematic member of my family. There's also my mum. My mum is she's what they call an alpha cougar. In fact, they've rebranded them. She's a saber-toothed tiger. She's 77. Her fella's 41. It's a 36-year age gap. That's not a joke. She's just a living fucking legend. I'm pretty proud of her. Inspiring women all over the place, really. The only problem with it is if I want to sort of like have a better sex life than my mother, I've got to wait for those kids to finish school. It's not ideal. Like, no one plans on becoming a cougar. Like, you just wake up, it's not a life plan, do you know what I mean? You just someday you wake up and you suddenly realise, I understand why it's a predatory animal now. The prey don't want to get caught, do they? No, they don't. But it's not the only reason my mum's problematic. Better than my sex life, you know. I went on holiday recently. I was only gone a couple of days. I come back and I said, do you want to go out for dinner? I'd been daytime drinking. I won't lie, I was in a good mood. You'll see that from this demeanour that I've been sober for 2 weeks. All my joy is left. But yeah, so I said to her, I've been daytime drinking. I want to keep the holiday mood going. Take you for dinner. Do you want to meet me from the station? So she said, yeah, no problem. Just got to pick up a bag from number 8 Cornwall Road. I was like, Mum, I've only been gone a couple of days. She'd already developed a 3-bag-a-week habit. Yeah. And I thought, when they took the pensioners' winter fuel allowance, that she wouldn't have the money for that sort of frippery, you know what I mean? I don't know if any of you've heard it, it's the Too Good To Go app. Yeah? You can get a £10 bag for £3, but it is just wet lettuce. And I've tried, but you cannot smoke that shit. Don't recommend it. No. I thought I'd wait to get onto this bit of carpet until like all of my opinions were unpopular. So for example, I'm a big fan of a 70s muff. It's not so much a sartorial choice, I'm just too fat to shave it.
That was a knowing laugh.
And I've got to be honest, like I think the skill set you're looking for is like someone who's used to dealing with an Adam's apple and a cutthroat razor, right? And that's how I got banned from all the barbers in Rochester. Turns out it's not a spectator sport. Who knew? But yeah, so the other one is like, so, and I know that this might not be popular in this room, I don't know. I used to be a feminist. It hasn't really worked out for me. Gotta be honest. Like they promised us two big things, didn't they? The first one, financial freedom. That's what they said. And I was like, Daddy, you don't need to pay my bills, which is handy because the proceeds of crime weren't going very far. So off I skipped. Turns out they meant get a job, didn't they? Bit of a Swiss, if you ask me. It's not freedom at all, is it? No. And the other one, and this is, if I'm honest, the one that hooked me in, was the sexual liberation. Yeah, I was quite excited about that, sexual liberation. It's good fun in your 20s, isn't it? Yeah. In your 40s, it's just another job though, isn't it? Gotta be honest, I haven't got the time for that. At this point, I'm struggling to find a voluntary position. Hasn't worked out. I was actually talking to a young person the other day, through work, I wouldn't choose to. And I sort of made a joke about how, you know, orgies are for the young people, and he was like, oh yeah, orgies are great, and I was like, oh, I can't even imagine the amount of admin. Like, who could be bothered now? God, I can't find one man to fuck me, let alone 4. Jesus, that's a lifetime of admin, that is, isn't it? No, it's fine, you can catch a man in your 40s, you can. You just got to massively lower your standards. And then they become your standards. And then you're being ghosted by a man with 3 teeth who lives in his van. I've got to be honest, as a teenager, I didn't think I had that high a standards. Like, I honestly only wanted a man with his own teeth, his own job, and and his own hair. Right? And at this point, I'm like, you know what, Dave? 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Anyway, no, you know what? I'll give you one little tip to end on a positive note. Like I find as you get older, you know, it's less about your looks, isn't it? So like, you know, I thought if I'm gonna try and find a man, I'll tell you what, the looks are fading. I try and develop a personality. It hasn't worked out. Turns out I'm a cunt. Thank you, Alberto.
That was just me, like in a nutshell. Like, oh God, going back on bloody Tinder. Like, I've been married, like, for most of you know, like for like over 20 years, and back on Tinder was just a fucking nightmare. Like, it was a I mean, I've literally been